Well, boys and girls, this is an upgrade of one of my earliest videos homemade equipment or do-it-yourself equipment. This is about this FireDisc. I have experimented some more since last time, so now I have a much better FireDisc that burns very well and ignites very easily. So it's much better than the first one, and this is a better solution than cotton balls with Vaseline. So stay tuned and I'll show you the upgrades. First of all, I have to melt down one candle like this. You can use all kinds of pieces, lumps and bits and pieces of candles from after Christmas holiday, for example. I don't have any more rest, so I have this new one. I didn't pay much for this, so it's no problem. So I'm gonna melt down this, and then I'll be back. I put it on this makeshift bracket with some tea candles, so it won't harden for me during the process. Well, what you need for this is you need cotton pads, any kind, doesn't matter. It just have to be pure cotton, that's all. And of course some melted candles, and you need some lamp oil. This is paraffin based for oil lamps for in and outdoor. The most important, I think, is that it's paraffin based. It may work with other kind of oils, but I don't know. I haven't tested it. But with this, I tested and it worked very well. So I found out by adding between 5 and 10% of this oil, then this FireDiscs got a bit softer, but much easier to break away, and this what do you call it? This fluffy part, when you break it up, got much bigger and ignites very easy. So just a small spark and it ignites very well. So let's try one. So I start with adding, I don't know how much this is. Adding some and mix it up a bit, and then I make one or two just to test, and if I'm satisfied with those, then I can make the rest of the batch. If not, I will add some more paraffin oil. Test piece. Let's see. I dip it between 3-4 seconds, I guess, and let it be finished by dripping. And put it on this for cooling. Yeah. So we'll see it as look at this afterwards. Okay, let's see if I can get one here. This is one. It's pretty hard. It's not as hard as the first one I made. This is from another cotton ball package. If you can see, I can break it, bend it, and flex it. I could not do that with the first one. They would only break. So this one I can flex as I want. And I can rip it apart, and you see this. You can see this cotton hairs exposed very well. I have this whoa. This is also some of my first creations. This is the lighter igniter. You see, it's an empty lighter that's cut off, and inside I have some cotton balls. Well, this spark and this is actually enough. See there? Lights fast, burns extremely well. Pretty wind resistant. Not the best, but it's good. It's very good. And another nice thing with it, if you have this, you can, instead of using all of it, you can just take a knife and cut it. Cut it, so you have cut off a piece. Now this piece is also waterproof without doing any more. So you can put this underwater for several days if you want to. Just take it off, take it up, rip it open, and ignite it. So it's waterproof and at the same time very flammable, very easy to ignite. So I like this very much. I bring them with me and I use them when I don't have any tinder at all, or my kindling is very wet. So by using this, I can dry out the kindling before it ignites. I put it in a freezer just to test it. Yeah, I think this is good. See there? A spark in there gives it a really good flame, and this will burn for between 5 and 10 minutes somewhere. So they burn very well and long. So it's good, and you can also use it in your S-bit stove if you want to, or another stove. So well, let's make some. Just hold it under for some few seconds, 2-3 seconds. When I was making this first one, I was very fast. Dip it quickly, but I experimented with this. I have experimented with this mixture and tried several things, and this works best. You want some of the cotton in the middle to be almost pure cotton, so this is for igniting. So it's important that you not soak them for several minutes. They work then also, but they're much harder to ignite. They are, but they will be more water resistant. So if you know you're gonna ignite them with a ferro rod, so maybe you can soak them longer, or you know you're gonna light them with a match or a lighter, you can do that. So this is not a fixed recipe. This is a good substitute instead of buying yourself all this expensive fire starters, which you need to waterproof and all this before you go out. Put them in a Ziploc bag or whatnot. I've used wet fire before. I've used some of that, and I would say that these fire discs are better than wet fire, because And the reason I say that is because these ones, when they are dried, they are flat. They you can curve them to fit into your kit or around something, and they will still be waterproof. You can soak them for several days, doesn't matter, and you can ignite them immediately afterwards. And they last as long as you want. Maybe they dry out a bit during several years. I don't know. I have not tried. I used them before I get so far. So, but in my opinion, this is better. So, and it's easy to make, and it's very, yeah. And then you have the pleasure to make something yourself. And for me, that's also a big part of this. All this bushcraft and all these things, is to be able to make something yourself also, not just buy everything. And it doesn't cost you much. These cotton pads are really cheap, and some used candles you can get from your home or from neighbors or whatever, and some lamp oil. Maybe you have to buy yourself that. But okay, now I made myself a batch of 20 pieces here. And one thing I forgot to mention is that the first one I used Vaseline inside of them. On this I don't, and this burns better and longer, so the Vaseline doesn't have much meaning after adding this paraffin based oil. So I hope I have inspired someone to experiment and make something yourself. This is a good solution, and I suggest that you make yourself someone. It's nice for an emergency, but also when it's cold and wet and you need to get a fire going very fast. It's very nice to have this. And I even use them in my fireplace in the house. So I don't use any paper or something anymore. I use this, and they are very good. So thank you, and see you soon. It's starting to get colder and more snow, so I'm just waiting for the snow to make some outside videos. So I'll be back in a moment, and see you then. Thank you.